Kenya when you got there?
Yeah, Kenya was a bit different
Yeah.
because Kenya is a very developed country,
Yeah.
very very developed. So it's kind of like almost similar to here. In terms of economy, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
But in terms of system and culture, everything is very developed. So a lot of things were not very physical or like too much
Yeah,
work,
okay.
or there was less labor work.
Yeah.
But so I went to school, and in Kenya you go to school all day, just like here. So you
So
don't
what would, because back in Sudan you finish at 1 p.m.
yeah,
or
we finished at 1 p.m.
and what time would you start if you were back in Sudan?
I can't remember actually. I can't remember.
Okay.
Maybe it was 7 or 8
Yeah, yeah.
or 6. I don't know. Because in Sudan, weather is different also. I think
Is that why they finished early? Because it was either too hot or?
Yeah, it was too hot. And look, those teachers were not getting paid anyway. Like, these are people that were
okay.
volunteering to teach us, because
Yeah.
we were...
And I'm assuming the teachers had families as well that they had to go back to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm really not sure why we finished school at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
to this date. I just knew that.
That's good
I
time
just
though.
knew that. Yeah, it was good time. I just knew that was the school system. We have to go home and eat. We were always hungry every time we finished.
At one point in high school, we had a day when we were doing VCE where we finished at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesdays, I think, so on Tuesdays we finished at 5 p.m. and then on Wednesdays we finished at 12, which was very frustrating because on Tuesday you would finish at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
and then the next day was good because you finish at
Midday.
12. But then you realize that Tuesdays come back around.
Yeah.
But finishing at 1 p.m., I wish we did that. I wish that was what time we finished.
Yeah.
What time did you guys finish when you guys from Kenya? Was it same year?
It's
So 3
normal.
p.m.?
Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah.
If
And
I
how many?
can- Look, it's been a long time, so I could be lying, but I'm sure it was around 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was school there?
It was different because the teachers were Kenyan.
Yeah.
The language was Swahili and English. English is the official language, and
What's the relationship between Sudanese and Kenyan when you go over? Is it good? Is it welcoming?
Yeah. It's like our second home.
Okay.
Because the biggest Sudanese refugee camp, which is accommodating a lot of South Sudanese from like early 90s, is in Kenya. So Kenya has a very good relationship with South Sudan, and so when you go to Kenya, you see South Sudanese everywhere. You know, it's like our second home. And same thing now when you go to South Sudan, there's so many Kenyans everywhere, to the point everybody just speaking Swahili everywhere.
Yeah.
So we have a really good relationship. But it's still though, like those days, for example, in my school, like I remember I was the only Sudanese there. There was another one. The kids were saying there was another.
Wait, you were the only Sudanese in your school?
Yeah, in Kenya.
And how many people in the school?
I don't know.
Roughly, because how many people in your class or in your year level?
In my year, so in Kenya, in my year level, we were 58. But the thing is, it's divided into groups, just like here. You know how here you would have like, I don't know, year 9 green, year 9 red, and all that. The same thing in
like
Kenya.
house colors.
So we had like the D, the A, B, C, D.
And in one of the house colors, there would be 50 students, 58 students.
Yeah. So in my class, we had 58. I don't know how many were in the other classes. Yeah, we had 58 but in South Sudan we were in one class. So it was, I remember in South Sudan in my class we had like 80 something.
80 someone.
Yeah, it was huge.
And that's one teacher, right?
It was no, they will have a teacher for different subjects, and sometimes you have one teacher teaching you 3 or 2 to 3 subjects.
How many people, and if we go back to South Sudan, how many people would be in one classroom with one teacher?
70 plus.
Yeah,
because there was
70 people in one classroom with one teacher.
Yeah. Things probably have changed now. I'm talking about long 20 years ago.
But when you were back there,
yeah.
And how old are the ages? Because we talked about last time.
It's a different age group.
It's
like
all
you
different.
could have like a 20-year-old, and I remember in grade 1 there were like 20-year-old. Some people even had businesses at the market, and they were in my class.
I remember we had a conversation about that last time.
Yeah.
Can we talk about why that's the case? Especially in South Sudan,
because of the war. So we've been going through war. People's lives have been interrupted. Education
for years, 20 years.
Yeah, and education was also just coming slowly. So it was challenging. People don't have schools, and so there was like 1 or 2 schools, and every town would have like 1 school. So people want to learn. People in the villages are also seeing the benefits of education, so they're sending the kids to school now. So there were like different ranges of like my class, that when I started school, we have people my age, people younger than me, and people way older than us. Like,
yeah. What was the
uncles.
youngest age you've ever that you were with when you were in year one, and what was the oldest? Or just if you heard any other stories of who was like, what was the oldest and what was the youngest?
We didn't know people's ages that
Yeah,
time. Like,
okay.
you never asked, but you can just see by
That's-
the look that they're
yeah.
all uncles, like they're not kids. You know, you just know they're like grown men. So
Yeah.
if somebody have like a business at the market, so
Yeah.
they come to school and the afternoon your mom send you to go and buy soap, and he's the one owner of that shop.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
okay. Clearly, he's a grown man. So we just knew they were like old. Maybe they were probably in the mid-20s. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
But everyone else was like, that time were like around the same age,
Yeah.
or maybe slightly younger. I wouldn't know. Maybe 9, 10, 11 plus. Yeah.
And because Kenya was a bit more developed, what
Kenya
what subjects
system
were you guys
is-
teaching, learning?
So we, oh man. So similar subject, English,
Yeah.
science, math, the basics.
Which did you like? Which subjects did you like?
I like everything except I didn't like religion.
Yeah, right.
I will talk about the subject I didn't like because I liked everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't like religion. We call it CRE.
Yeah, yeah.
CRE.
What did you not like about it? It's just
I think.
were you religious at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up I'm Catholic, so
Okay.
I used to be in the choir, the church, like I mentioned earlier. As a kid, I was very exposed to church as a kid, and so I grew up in the church. I don't know why I didn't like religion in Kenya. I think I didn't like religion because I felt like